Hello and welcome to Sarvin style coding. If you ever want to deploy a real full stack application on a VPS using Docker, this tutorial is for you. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a production style setup with React.js, Node.js, Mongo Database, Mongo Express, and Nginx, all running inside the Docker Compose and accessible through your own domain name. Unlike the previous tutorial where we install Nginx directly on a server, this time we will use Nginx official image and we'll run it inside the Docker container. Along with the tutorial, I will explain you every step, so not only you understand what we're doing, you also understand why we're doing it. We will configure Docker Compose, move Nginx into the Docker container and connect everything together. Also make it application accessible through the real domain name. So if you're ready, let's get started. In this part, we're going to deploy a complete full stack application using the Docker Compose, and Nginx. We will take our project from GitHub, run it on a VPS, and make it accessible through a real domain name. Before starting the practical part, let's look at what we're going to build. Our application contains several different services. We have a React.js frontend for the user interface, a Node.js and Express backend for our API, and MongoDB as our database, and Mongo Express for managing the database through a web interface. Each part of our application will run inside its own Docker container, and Docker container will help us to manage all of these containers together. When we have multiple services in the application, we need a proper way to manage incoming requests. For example, our React application runs on port 3000, our backend API runs on port 3001, and Mongo Express has its own port. But users shouldn't need to know about these internal ports or connect to each service separately. We need a single entry point that receives user requests and send them to the correct service. This is where Nginx reverse proxy comes into the picture. A reverse proxy is a server that sits between users and our application services. User sends all requests to Nginx and Nginx decides where each request should go. In the previous part, we installed Nginx directly on a VPS operating system. This approach worked perfectly, but in this tutorial, we want to move one step further. And instead of installing Nginx directly on the server, we will run Nginx as another Docker container. Now, all parts of our application, including Nginx, frontend, backend, and database, will be managed by Docker. This makes our application easier to manage and easier to move to another server in the future. As always, the tutorial is completely project-based. Instead of working with simple examples, we're going to deploy a real full stack application. This project includes a React frontend, Node.js backend, and Mongo database, and also Mongo Express. The complete source code are available on Sarvin style coding GitHub. If you haven't downloaded yet, don't worry, you'll find the GitHub link in the video description. Just clone the project and let's build everything together. And now, before I start working with Docker and Nginx, let's take a quick look at the project structures. This is the backend folder of our project. It contains Node.js and Express applications along with a Docker file. This Docker file, as you can see, prepares the Node.js environment and create the user and a working directory, and adding the package.json to the working directory, and copy the project dependencies. And after that, copies the project source code. And finally, it starts backend application on port 3001 with running the command node-mon index. We have a frontend folder. This folder contains the React frontend application. Just like backend, it has its own Docker file for building the frontend image. First of all, Dockerfile prepares the React environment and create a user and group and working directory, install the dependencies, and create the environment variables. By running the npm start the React application on port 3000. We also have a Docker Compose in the root of our project, the services for the front end and for the backend, and Mongo database, and also Mongo Express UR are defined here. In the previous part, we created an Nginx configuration file for our project. This file is located inside the etc Nginx and sites available folder. Let's move into this directory, which is etc Nginx and sites available. As you can see, we have the Docker demo file here. Let's open the Docker demo file with sudo nano and Docker demo. This is the configuration file which creates the reverse proxy for our backend and our API and database. As you can see, we have a server block here which are listening to the port 80. Inside it, we have 3 location block. Request to the slash are forwarded to React application in port 3000, and request to slash API and go to the Node.js backend on port 3001, and request to Mongo are forwarded to Mongo Express on port 8081. So Nginx acts as a reverse proxy and receives all incoming requests and forwards each request to the current service. Up to this point, we have been accessing our application using the server's IP address. For instance, we have to write the IP address of our server in a browser. Now, let's configure the Nginx to respond our domain name, which is sarvinstylecoding.com, and subdomain www.sarvinstylecoding.com. To make that possible, I first create 2A record in a Cloudflare. As you can see, the sarvinstylecoding.com and www.sarvinstylecoding.com, and then pointed them to VPS IP address. The Cloudflare gives me a namespace, and then I updated my domain to use the Cloudflare namespace. And now only I need to change the server names directive here to the address of my website, which is sarvinstylecoding.com and www.sarvinstylecoding.com. So if I exit and save and check the errors for with Nginx, sudo Nginx -t, as you can see, the syntax is okay. Now the only things I need to do is to reload the Nginx. So I use systemctl command and reload Nginx. And now let's test it by browsing the sarvinstylecoding.com, and as you can see, the website is opened and the API is running, and also the Mongo database is running at the address Mongo. Right now, Nginx is installed directly inside the VPS, and its configuration file are inside the ETS Nginx sites available directory. This approach works perfectly fine, as you see, but we can make it even better by moving Nginx into Docker. So instead of installing Nginx directly on the operating system, we are going to use the official Nginx Docker image and run it as its own container. We also moved our Nginx configuration into the project and mounted inside the container. This allows Nginx to continue working as a reverse proxy for our front-end, backend, and Mongo Express. So before that, let's stop the Nginx service by running the command sudo systemctl stop Nginx. Because our Nginx service are currently running on VPS, and if we want to stop it, the Nginx container won't able to start. And after stopping the container, we need to disable the service, because when we restart our server, Nginx will automatically reboot. So let's disable this container by running the command sudo systemctl disable Nginx. Now let's move our Nginx configuration into the project. So let's open this configuration file with nano and docker demo. Let's copy this server block. And inside our project file, first of all, let's create a new directory named Nginx. Inside the Nginx, let's create a file, name it default.conf, and paste the server block here. In this way, the configuration becomes part of the project and can be version controlled along with the rest of the source code. This is very important improvement. Before, Nginx was installed and managed separately on a server. After this change, Nginx becomes just another service in our Docker Compose application alongside the frontend and backend and other services. Now we have to create another service inside the Docker Compose file for our Nginx. So let's update our Docker Compose file and add the Nginx service. But before that, let's move back to browser, and inside the Docker Hub, let's search for the Nginx. Inside the tag, let's look for the Alpine. I want to choose this tag, which has the compressed size 24. So let's copy the tag, and inside our Docker Compose file, let's create a new service. I name it Nginx. And now let's choose the image for this service. So I write image, and image is Nginx. And then I paste the tag. Next, we map the port 80 of the VPS to port 80 inside the container. So I write ports and map 80 to 80. Now we need to tell Nginx container which configuration file to use. We want Nginx to use this default.conf file, which is located inside the Nginx folder of our project file. To do that, we use the volume directive, and in the volume directive, we have to write the path of the configuration file inside the project to the etc nginx confd and the default.conf file. You may be wondering why we're using the conf.d instead of the sites available, just like we did before. The reason is that the Nginx Docker image doesn't use sites available and sites enabled directive that are common in Ubuntu. Instead, it automatically loads all configuration files from the etc nginx confd directory. So by mounting our file into this location, Nginx automatically pick it up and the container starts without requiring any additional configuration. Next, I'm going to add the depends on section here, and I want to tell the Docker Compose to start web service and also the API service before the starting the Nginx container. And then I'll add the restart policy here, and I write unless stopped. It means that if server restart, Docker will automatically start the Nginx container again, but if it is stopped manually, it won't restart it. That's it. Our Docker Compose configuration is complete. Now let's go back to our VPS and pull the latest change from GitHub. So I go to apps folder. Now our Nginx services configuration is finished, but there is one more thing. Inside the web service, make sure that you change the API URL to /API because they are running in the same network and can access each other by the service name. So I changed this. And also there is one more thing you have to do inside the Nginx conf file. Make sure that change localhost to the service name, because localhost always refers to the current container. Since Nginx is now running inside its own container, localhost point to the Nginx container itself, not to the React or Node.js containers. That is why we use Docker service name instead of the localhost. So I changed this one to web because the front-end service name is web and the backend service name is API, and the Mongo Express service name is Mongo Express. Here I copied. Now let's save it and push the change to the GitHub. And let's move back to the VPS and let's go inside the project file. So I go to the apps directory. Inside the app directory, the project file located into the Nginx test app. First, we have to pull the changes. And then with running the Docker compose down, and then all running container stops, and then by running the Docker compose up --build -d, I start the container again. And now let's check it by going to the sarvin.com. As you can see here, the front end are accessible, and let's go to the backend. The backend is accessible too, and let's move to the Mongo Express. And as you can see, Mongo Express also is accessible. And that's it. We successfully moved Nginx into Docker, and our entire application is running with Docker Compose. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification on so you don't miss the next videos. As always, keep learning, keep building, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Happy coding!